Ainsley Earhardt, known as a co-host of Fox and Friends, has been a recognizable face on American TV with her upbeat personality and southern charm. She projects a polished image, but behind the scenes Ainsley has dealt with some tough personal struggles that have shaped who she is today. Despite these challenges, she stays strong in her faith and keeps pushing forward, balancing her personal life with her career. One of the hardest moments in Ainsley's life was the gradual decline and death of her mother, Dale Earhardt, in 2022 after having a severe stroke in 2018. Her mom needed constant care. Ainsley often shared how much she admired her mother, calling her a rock and a guiding force. Watching her mom lose her ability to speak and walk was heart-wrenching for Ainsley and her family. Even with her busy job in New York, she made it a priority to visit her mom in South Carolina to offer support during her final years. When Dale passed away, it left a deep emotional gap that still affects Ainsley today, though she finds comfort in her faith. Tragedy has also influenced Ainsley's romantic life. She went through a divorce from her first husband, Kevin McKinney, in 2009 after just 4 years. The specifics of that breakup are mostly private, but it marked the start of a complicated journey. A few years later, she married former Clemson quarterback Will Proctor, and they welcomed a daughter named Hayden in 2015, a joy that Ainsley often talks about. But that relationship also ended badly, with Ainsley filing for divorce in 2018 amid reports of cheating, though she never confirmed the details. The heartbreak hit hard, especially since she had hoped for a lasting marriage based on shared beliefs. The divorce was finalized in 2019, leaving Ainsley to navigate single motherhood while managing her high-profile job. She has since discussed the pain of divorce, noting how her faith helped her through it, saying, "There are no perfect lives, only strength in God." Being in the spotlight, Ainsley has faced a lot of public scrutiny, from criticism of her political views to having her private life scrutinized in tabloids. Despite this pressure, she remains true to her values and doesn't let public opinion sway her. Her faith has been a cornerstone of her strength, helping her rise above the challenges that come with being a well-known figure. She often shares her Christian beliefs in interviews and has written several books, including The Light Within Me, where she reflects on her struggles and the strength she finds through faith. She credits prayer and scripture for helping her through her darkest times, especially regarding her mother's passing and her divorce recently. Ainsley has shared her experiences of being a single mom in the public eye. She wants to create a stable and loving home for Hayden and aims to balance work and parenting as best as she can, though it's not easy. Ainsley finds joy in being present for her daughter through everything. She emphasizes passing on the same values that guide her own life to Hayden. Through all her challenges, Ainsley has become a symbol of strength for many viewers. Her story reminds us that even those who seem to have it all go through tough times. She has experienced loss, betrayal, and public criticism, yet she has chosen to lean on her faith, family, and purpose. What sets her apart is her honesty. She doesn't pretend to have it all figured out. Instead, she represents a woman who has faced pain and doubt but continues to rise with hope and belief in something bigger. Ultimately, Ainsley Earhardt's strength isn't just in her polished persona on TV, but in her resilience off-screen, juggling personal hardships while maintaining her career and raising her daughter. Shows her determination despite facing loss and public scrutiny. She has stayed true to herself and her faith. Her journey illustrates that strength comes not from avoiding struggles but from facing them head-on with courage and faith. Through her story, Ainsley offers hope and inspiration to others, showing that even in tough times it's possible to find meaning and continue to move forward. You probably know Ainsley Earhardt from Fox. And Friends, she's been on TV for a while. Always seems cheerful and is open about her Southern roots and her beliefs. She seems like she has it all together, but behind the scenes Ainsley's been through some tough stuff, tragedies, heartache, the kind of struggles that really change a person. But even with all that, she's kept her faith strong and kept going, juggling her personal life with a big career in the spotlight. One of the hardest things Ainsley went through was watching her mom Dale Earhardt get sick and eventually pass away in 2022. Dale had a stroke back in 2018 that made it hard for her to move around, and she needed constant care. Ainsley always talked about how much she loved her mom, saying she was her rock and her guide on TV, and in interviews she talked about how painful it was to see her mom lose her ability to talk and walk. Even though Ainsley had a demanding job in New York, she would fly down to South Carolina often to be with her mom, helping her and being there for her. When her mom died, it left a huge hole in Ainsley's heart, and she said she still misses her a lot. She finds comfort in her faith, but family stuff isn't the only hard thing Ainsley's dealt with. Her love life has had its share of bumps, too. She got divorced from her first husband, Kevin McKinn, in 2009 after only being married for 4 years. Not much is known about why they split, but it was a rough start to her personal life. Then in 2012, Ainsley married Will Proctor, who used to play quarterback for Clemson. They had a daughter named Hayden in 2015. And Ainsley always says Hayden is the best thing that's ever happened to her. But that marriage ended too in 2018. Ainsley filed for divorce from Will after rumors that he cheated on her. She never said anything about it publicly, but a lot of people said it really hurt her, especially since she always wanted a strong, lasting marriage based on values and faith. The divorce was final in 2019, leaving Ainsley to raise her daughter on her own while still working a high-profile job. She's talked about how painful divorce is and how her faith helped her get through it. She once said that there are no perfect lives, but strength from God can get you through anything. Being in the public eye hasn't made things easier. As a well-known conservative voice on TV, Ainsley gets a lot of flack both about her politics and her personal life. She's had to deal with a level of judgment that most people can't imagine, but she's always stuck to what she believes in and hasn't let what other people think change how she lives her life. Her faith has been key to her staying strong, helping her get through the tough times that come with being famous. She often talks about her Christian faith in interviews, in her books, and on TV. She's written a few books that are meant to inspire people, including one called The Light Within Me, where she talks honestly about the hard times in her life and how God gives her strength. She also says that prayer and reading the Bible have helped her a lot, especially when she lost her mom and went through her divorce lately. Ainsley's also been dealing with the ups and downs of being a single mom in the public eye. She's been open about wanting to give her daughter a stable and loving home and how she tries to be both a mom and a dad. It's not easy to balance a big career, personal healing, and raising a kid, but Ainsley seems to be doing it with well. She's doing her best. She's talked about the challenges of being a single mom, being honest about how hard it is, but also how much joy she gets from being there for her daughter. She's been trying to teach her daughter the same values that she lives by, even with all the bad stuff she's been through. Ainsley Earhardt is still someone a lot of people look up to. Her story shows that even people who seem to have it all together are fighting their own battles through losing loved ones, being betrayed, having her heart broken, and getting criticized in public. She's leaned on her faith, her family, and her sense of purpose, deciding to keep going instead of giving up what makes her story so powerful is that she's real. Ainsley doesn't pretend to have all the answers or a perfect life. Instead, she shows us a woman who's been hurt, who's questioned things, but who keeps praying, rising, and believing in something bigger than herself. In a lot of ways, Ainsley Earhardt's strength isn't just how good she is on TV, but how strong she is when the cameras aren't rolling. The fact that she can handle tough personal times while still having a great career and raising her daughter is amazing. She's lost a lot, had her heart broken, and been judged by everyone, but she's never lost her faith or her love for her family. Her story is about not giving up, about how important it is to believe, and about having the guts to keep moving forward, even when things are bad. And he keeps inspiring people who follow her. She doesn't act like life is easy, and she's not afraid to admit when she's struggling. Instead, she uses those struggles to connect with other people who might be going through the same thing by being honest about her faith, her pain, and how she keeps going. She's become more than just a TV personality. She's become a source of hope for a lot of people in a world where famous people often hide their problems. Ainsley's willingness to share her story makes her special, even though it hasn't been easy. Ainsley Earhardt's story proves that strength isn't about avoiding hard times, but about facing them with bravery and faith. She's been through loss, heartache, and public criticism, but she keeps moving forward with grace and determination. Whether she's on TV or just living her life, she stays true to what she believes in, showing that being strong isn't about having a perfect life, but about getting back up every time you fall. Her life shows that faith can guide you even when things are dark, and that real strength comes from facing your pain, not avoiding it. Through everything, Ainsley Earhardt has never stopped believing that faith is what gives you the strength to get through the hardest times, even when she's been incredibly sad, betrayed, and stressed from being in the public eye. She's refused to let those things define her. Instead, she's used those challenges to grow and to inspire others. Her resilience isn't just about surviving the bad times, it's about finding meaning in them, learning from them, and moving forward with strength and grace. What really makes Ainsley who she is her ability to turn pain into something positive instead of letting the tragedies in her life break her. She's used them to become stronger and to help others who might be going through similar things. She talks openly about what she's learned, emphasizing how important it is to lean on your faith when things are tough. In interviews, she often remembers the wisdom her mother taught her, reminding herself and others that strength isn't about avoiding the hard stuff, but about facing it with courage and trusting in God. The loss of her mother was one of the most painful things she's ever experienced, but she's chosen to honor her mother's memory by living a life filled with faith, gratitude, and purpose. Despite her personal losses, Ainsley has kept doing well in her career, proving that personal struggles don't have to stop you from achieving your goals. Working in TV news is demanding, and she's shown that she can handle the pressure. She's still a favorite on Fox and Friends, where people love her warmth and honesty, while some famous people avoid talking about their personal problems. Ainsley has been refreshingly open about hers, making her not just a trusted news person, but someone people can relate to. Ainsley's faith has guided her both in her personal life and in her career. She's written several books about faith, inspiration, and personal growth. Through these books, she's tried to lift others up, offering encouragement to those who are going through their own trials. Her books show her belief that you can find hope and resilience even in the most difficult times. She's often said that her main goal in life is to be a light for others, sharing her faith and experiences to help people